In the quiet town of Maplewood, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, the disappearance of 25-year-old Emily Carter sent shockwaves through the community. Emily, known for her warm smile and adventurous spirit, vanished without a trace, leaving her family and friends in a state of shock and confusion. The last time anyone saw her was during a hike in the nearby woods. On a crisp autumn evening in October 2021, Emily ventured into the serene woods of Pine Ridge Trail, a beloved spot for locals. She left her apartment around 5 p.m., assuring her roommate she would return before dark. With her trusty camera slung over her shoulder, she set off to capture the vibrant fall foliage. As night fell and the sun dipped below the horizon, the peaceful surroundings turned into a scene of mystery and tension. Emily was an experienced hiker, and her absence was unusual. Her roommate called several friends, but no one had seen her. By 10 p.m., they reported her missing to the local police. The community quickly organized a search party. Volunteers joined law enforcement, scouring the woods and surrounding areas in hopes of finding any trace of Emily. Helicopters hovered overhead while dogs sniffed the ground for any sign of her. Days turned into weeks, and despite extensive searches, there was still no trace of Emily. Investigators delved into Emily's life, looking for any clues that might explain her sudden disappearance. They discovered she had recently ended a tumultuous relationship with her boyfriend Jake, who was known to have a volatile temper. Friends recounted instances of jealousy and control, raising suspicions about his involvement. Jake, Emily's close friend, was questioned by the authorities. He claimed he hadn't seen Emily since their breakup a month earlier, but his alibi was shaky. Detectives uncovered social media posts that suggested he had been tracking her online, liking her photos and commenting on her adventures, despite their split. When pressed, Jake became defensive, insisting he had nothing to do with her disappearance. The tension was palpable as they tried to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Emily's family organized a candlelight vigil to keep her memory alive and draw attention to the case. The community came together, holding vigils and supporting each other during this difficult time. But as the weeks turned into months, the search began to dwindle. Emily's case was growing cold. In March 2022, a significant breakthrough brought new hope. A hiker on a less traveled path discovered a backpack matching Emily's description, along with her camera. Inside, authorities found a series of photos documenting her hike. But the last photo taken was puzzling. An image of a figure in the distance, obscured by trees. It sent chills down the spines of investigators and raised new questions. With the renewed interest in the case, the police re-examined Jake's alibi. They discovered he had been near the trail the day Emily disappeared, contradicting his earlier statements. Under pressure, he eventually admitted to being at the trail, but insisted he had only gone there to clear his head. As the investigation intensified, more witnesses came forward, reporting strange encounters with a man matching Jake's description near the trail on the evening of Emily's disappearance. The mounting evidence prompted authorities to arrest Jake on charges of obstruction of justice. In a desperate attempt to clear his name, Jake confessed to being with Emily that day. He claimed they had an argument, and she had stormed off into the woods. He stated he tried to follow her, but lost sight of her. His story, however, did little to quell the suspicions surrounding him. The trial was a tense and somber affair, with emotions running high as the truth was slowly revealed. The prosecution presented evidence of Jake's controlling behavior and the inconsistencies in his story. While there was no body and no direct evidence linking him to Emily's fate, the circumstantial evidence painted a grim picture. Ultimately, Jake was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in prison, although Emily's body was never found. Even after the trial, many questions remained unanswered, leaving a haunting and reflective atmosphere. In the years that followed, the mystery of Emily Carter lingered over Maplewood, a haunting reminder of the fragile nature of life and the darkness that can lurk within. The town remained vigilant, determined to keep her memory alive, hoping that someday someone would come forward with the truth that had eluded them for so long.